up towards Alliance in that top. And so, Dianic, let's take a look at this bracket. It looks like it's going to be a fun one.
It's going to be 5 Fears. Will be battling to get themselves into that 3v3. The top 2 teams move on. And what have we seen today already? Fake Gals performing as per usual. Very...
And Jerry, take us into it.
Thank you so much, Adi. And the one thing I'll say, Adi, you weren't even an OnlyFans stan at the beginning. I started the trend. Can't be pretending like you're the last one standing. But I just wanted to get that out. The sauna is still going on from my side, but I need to see a little bit more from the side of Skywalkers to really be fully back on their side. But I'm gonna have to agree with Jerry, right? Something is really dragging your attention towards Random Tongues, especially how they've been playing so far. And Jerry, it's gonna be an interesting one no matter what, because again, top 2 move on to the 3v3, which then could be a ticket to the side of the next stage. But Fake Gals will find themselves already losing 2 members, completely now being wiped as well within not even the first 30 seconds of the whole game. That was quick.
Yeah, I couldn't help but let out an oh wow there as the kills rained in much quicker than we used to seeing in this current meta. We still got an ongoing fight, a more typical one, as Random Tongues are a man down. They're minus their light of Rubinski, newest member on that roster. And 5 Fears see that as an opportunity to just duck in and dodge and dive their way towards the box and get it out and start the plug. Really wise move. It has given Random Tongues the opportunity to res Rubinski. So a 3 versus 3 will come out. Treason just laying out his pyromines on this rooftop, interestingly. Wants to control that area. He's going in deep to try and find a pick here. Big flank coming out from Treason. Does deal a lot of damage onto Roman. Carnifex is there to try and clean it up as well. Surely they find this pick, but no. A couple of barricades slowing their progression. Really nice work by Roma to keep himself alive and regroup with his team. In the meantime, we've seen Narcos go down. So, Random Tongues actually up in this fight. And there goes Treason. Random Tongues doing quite well.
Also, they've gotten successfully the steal away, so that means it's now their cash out. Well, 5 Fears, they're going to be waiting for that coin in just because it's going to be quicker. The reset's going to be quite important for them. As for right now, it's Skywalkers and Random Tongues having the control for the cash out. Now, for Random Tongues, it's very important to not underestimate how strong 5 Fears are on the offense. Losing the first member is really going to make or break their defense here. Whoever loses the first teammate or player of the team is really going to be in a big disadvantage and has a high chance of being wiped. Both these 2 teams are great when it comes to the execution and also collapsing on the other opponent's team once the kill has fallen. Look at Nagos already being so close to the opponents, really face on. That barricade might save them right now, but it may cause some troubles later on.
Shooting out the flames on the objective just to enable a future steal. They're feeling optimistic. Chasing down Roma. He's been so good at enticing people forward while being healed up. And in the meantime, Rubinski again takes out Nagos. It's the same move from Random Tongues that's paid off twice. And they're about to win that fight. It looks like Carnifex and Treason trying to force a steal in a 2 versus 3. It's going to be difficult. That dome just ahead of the heavy of Treason. He's forced off it by the burst fire of the XP. Rubinski is taken out, but Treason left scrambling. It's only a matter of time. Dirani finishes him off. Great defense coming out from Random Tongues. They best 5 Fears, setting the pace in this lobby and taking out a rather difficult rival in 5 Fears.
Oh, absolutely. Again, here when it comes to the cash out control, it is 5 Fears who has the upper hand between those 2 teams. But also when it comes also Cycle 2 winner, right? You gotta expect him, you gotta respect him as well. But the performance today hasn't been really up to the standard as we know them. Maybe it is the nerves, maybe so much more. Maybe they're just having an off day. This is something they're gonna have to fix throughout the coming games because it cannot continue like this. Another fight's happening on the other side. Skywalkers is now being attacked by the side of Fake Cows. But they're going to be losing the members step by step. 1 more remaining. If this wipe happens, a lot of money will be given away. 3k gone from them. Fake Girls, they get the wipe, and they're going to be moving to the next vault. With the vault already in hand.
Yeah, that represents a turn in fortune for them. They'd lost the previous box to Skywalkers. We didn't see much of that action, but a good turnaround for Fake Cows nonetheless as they mount their way towards D. I love this objective. I always try and play this objective if I can, if it's an option. But we're focused on C right now. So there's a fight going on. Random Tongues diving onto 5 Fears, and 5 Fears already losing Treason. Narcos as well. Random Tongues seem to have the answers when it comes to fighting 5 Fears. As down goes another. Carnifex left in the 1 versus 3 as the light. You never want to be in that situation. He's running away. He's actually found a gas barrel to end it all and make it a quicker respawn for his team. So, Random Tongues enable a steal yet again against 5 Fears.
That's a good one, also a quick one. Again, the sooner they get themselves out of that, the better and more chances they have. Of course, lose a little bit of money, but that as for right now isn't a problem. Random Tongues currently standing at the top of the leaderboard. Fake Chaos behind it. But here again, Fake Chaos, they don't need quiet, they need chaos. And with this building, look at it, they're now dropping down. This is perfectly what they need, but they're gonna have to be careful. These vertical plays could be deadly for them, or exactly what they need. Huge RPG coming in. It's just gonna stop the steal as well right now. A lot of util has been used. C4 has been prepped in the meanwhile as well. There are the stairs, the fights already going on, but both teams will just retrieve and try to reset once more before actually going in with an execution. Fake House, they're keeping this objective under their nose, constantly looking at it, trying to make sure to not lose sight of it. That C4 has been destroyed, the steal is going on, the damage, the speed will be seen, and it will be denied one more time. The first kill falls, the second one as well. Trade, both teams get one. But this BFR just makes so much damage. Look at this, Jerry. Impossible to really constantly take out Fake House. One more member remaining and a 1v3.
Yeah, some really nice movement there from Skywalkers. We could see them just adjusting to every threat, back and forth. Sometimes there was cover, sometimes there wasn't. The domes, the shields, the goo. But they were managing the chaos so well, and that's what they've done time and time again in these cash-out rounds. But more chaos coming their way as Fake Cows have resurged. They've got a 2 versus 3 going here. Glitch Cafe is long res here by Kodaft. And Louis Huncho trying to push the only medium in the lobby, the sole medium representation here in the top 8, but I don't think he has enough time to enable a steal. There's some kills going both directions. The defib comes out for Fake Cows. They're in a 3 versus 2, but the money has already entered the pockets of Skywalkers. Once again, Skywalkers and Random Tongues, who hold onto their box on the far side, now lead the pack and can control the remaining wave of cash outs. Oh, tasty.
That was a great skill. But luckily for them, Q has left the fight, meaning the wipe cannot happen. A reset will be initiated. This is what they need, but he has been spotted. For the side of Fake House, it could be a great opportunity to just hunt him down as he's running towards the vault. The second they get that wipe, the better it is for them. Patrick is going to use his coin, so a wipe shall not be possible. Money shall stay in their pockets. While on the other side, it is Random Tongues trying to get a plug here onto this cash out, which is being protected by 5 Fears. RPG is going to go out. There's a bit of a split. Great way of just dragging away that attention. Look at that. Because he jumped out from the side of Nagos, he was able to get the plug, and that means more money for them, more security for them. And 5 Fears, they're not looking all too great right now.
No, they're not. Really struggling in this lobby, it seems like. Nago's trying to find the picks. He's back on the KS-23. Maybe that's the issue. He's not on the shack anymore. Roma taken out. Lots of kills coming in from all around. Skywalkers have been wiped in the meantime. And that's a push coming out from Narcos to secure that. So this cash is in the hands of 5 Fears right now, and they are going to put themselves ahead of Skywalkers because that wipe takes them down a notch. But on the far side, Fake Cows plug and instead move themselves up to second place. So this is not enough money for 5 Fears to rely upon. They can stay here and defend their point. They're going to have to, but they're sending Treason across. Or are they? They're umming and ahhing about this. He has to come back now. They think, oh, God, we have to defend against Skywalkers again. They have to play a perfect game here, 5 Fears, to stay in it.
A little bit from the looks of it, Random Tongues, they're really trying to play this one safe. 5 Fears, as long as they don't find Random Tongues to get a wipe onto them, it's the better position for them. As for Fake House, of course, they're just scouting, trying to see where these opponents are to defend, of course, a cash out. And then meanwhile, we see Skywalkers now trying to make a steal attempt towards the side of 5 Fears cash out. But of course, they're fighting against a top tier team. There's so much kills going on. Of course, both these teams trading each other out. But right now, it will be the side of 5 Fears just keeping a little bit more of a control. So much damage. Look at that. Another kill. Yeah. Treason left in a 1v2. Is about to say Carnifex back in the game. Q now back all alone. Tries to knife it. Tries to get the kill, but no. The hit with the leg won't be functioning. Skywalker's now wiped there at the bottom of the leaderboard. They might find themselves not at all qualifying for that 3v3 spawn. As 5 Fierce Cash Out is back in game, but they need money, and they need to make sure that Fake Cows wipe or they steal this one.
They've got to dash ahead. They've got to dash across, find those kills on Fake Cows, or the steal. Either one will do it. Only 30 seconds left, though. Random Tongue can play spoiler. They're going to be trying to stop 5 Fears from getting across. They'd much rather face Fake Cows in the final 3 versus 3. Only 27 seconds left, and it's a mad dash. They still have to manage Fake Cows on the other side here. I don't see it happening, but there's a kill for Rabinski on Narcos. Carnifex trades it back. Dianic, I don't know if it's going to be possible. Fake Cows have to defend this.
Oh, look at this. They're going in to try for a steal, but it's going to be Fake Cows getting the kill onto the side of Q. That means as we're now, it is denied, but there's one more going on. Trying to steal it from Skyward. There's one more for him. Fake Cows, they keep control, but Random Tongues, they did try to initiate some things, and it will be Random Tongues with Fake Cows in that 3v3, and that means one of these two teams gonna get that golden ticket. Listen, Jerry, you and me, both of us had the right nose in this one. Again, when it comes to these casuals, Random Tongues, they just seem to be the better team, and it's just absolutely amazing to see them. They convert that. Artie, how does it feel?
It feels like the tongues are a little random out here in the virtual arena. Maybe more dynamic tongues, you could say. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it kind of shifted when people started to see that it's a lot harder to third party on Font Y. I mean, on Font Y City, it's so wide, it's so far apart, there's so much more verticality, and that verticality allows teams to be able to control a point a lot more concisely. And, well, that ended up just getting away from Fake Cows and 5 Fears towards the middle of it. And, well, towards the end, it definitely just seemed like Random Tongues just decided, hey, who's coming with us at the very top?
Yeah, they had so much control in that position. They won so many 3 versus 3s fairly against 5 Fears. And that was the thing. That's what set the pace early on. And it was always Roma baiting for his team, and then the collapse from Rabinski and Dairani. And it was just like clockwork. They made it work so nicely. And after that, they didn't face too much opposition, to be honest. They really put 5 Fears in their place, and then just after that had an easy ride.